Hi Jimmy, how are you? My name is Steve Davis. I work at a small dealership here in Berkshire County, Massachusetts, and I just wanted to talk to you about my brush with Daniel Craig. That's right, Daniel Craig. Um, well, I work at Haddad Toyota, and we're a small dealership, and I'm going to kind of show you what I mean. This is a trailer that we are currently in right now until our dealership is remodeled. We are under construction. It's a nice little area here in the Berkshires. I don't know if you've ever been there, but we're going through some construction. We're remodeling. We're a Toyota dealership, Haddad Toyota, as I said, and so you know the area here doesn't look too great, but I had a brush with Daniel Craig, and all of my fellow employees think I'm crazy. You know, some of them believe me, some of them don't. But I think the biggest thing about it is that I was in a situation where my sister had just passed away, and I was really not very motivated, I guess you could say, to sell Daniel Craig a car. So I kind of broomed him, as the expression goes in my business. So what happened was, it was close to 5 o'clock on Wednesday, and I was leaving the very next morning to go to Dallas for my sister's funeral. And in walked this gentleman and a young lady, the blonde young lady, who was a little bit taller than him, very attractive, had a very short pair of shorts on. And I'm the first one you see when you walk in the door. So I introduced myself, and he introduced himself as Daniel, and his daughter introduced herself as Elle. And I set him down. I didn't recognize who it was at the time, and we started talking. And they were interested in a vehicle, and he said, "I'm interested in a $10,000 car for my daughter." I said, "Okay, it's not unusual." He had an English accent, and I said, "Okay." So we began talking, and I couldn't come up with anything for him, something that's $10,000. And what's going through my mind is, this guy looks very familiar. Where have I seen this guy before? Of course, Daniel Craig's name came to my mind, but I'm looking at this guy. He had a ball cap pulled over his head, a T-shirt on, and he wasn't all buffed up. I think this was right after he just filmed this latest installment of the James Bond series, and so I really wasn't sure right at that point. So I just kept my professionalism as much as I could, and was trying to find a car for his daughter Elle. So we spent about maybe 5 minutes or so together, and I'm getting the information that I need. And I said, well, maybe I can get your phone number, and if I find something for you, I will let you know. And he looked at her, and she looked at him, and he said to her, well, maybe we should just give him Sissy's email address or something to that effect. And he gave me an email address, and it was DWC or something like that at Jessica, whatever. I'm not sure exactly. I probably jettisoned that too. .com, and I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I thanked them, they thanked me, and as he was getting up, I looked over at him. I said, you look a lot like Daniel Craig. And his daughter looked over, and she smiled at me, and she looked at him, and he smiled, and they get up and they thanked me, and they walked out the door. So I walk over to one of my co-workers, and I said, dude, I think I just broomed Daniel Craig. And he's like, get out of here. So I walk over to the window over here where we have our manager's offices, and I walk over and I walk toward the window where I could see out of the cars that he was getting into, and sure enough, he got into an Audi, a very nice sporty Audi. And I'm saying to myself, I just broomed Daniel Craig. So I know you have a relationship with Daniel Craig. I saw him on your show not too long, and these guys are giving me a whole rash of shit. It would really mean a lot to me if you could ask Daniel Craig, did he actually go into a small dealership in the Berkshires and talk to a guy named Steve Davis, he won't remember me, and ask about a used RAV4 for his daughter? I watch your show, I like you. And that would really mean a lot to me if you could do that, just to put these guys to rest as far as all the bullshit I'm getting right now for Broom and Daniel Craig. Very nice guy, by the way. Looked a lot more buff on your show. So, Jimmy, that's my little brush with fame. I don't know. see what you can do for me. Thank you. Bye.